Hey guys, it's Liv from Think Tank, and I am joined by the gorgeous Nat Katsaros from Halo Dance Studio. How are you, my dear?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. So Nat is a member of our Think Tank, and obviously we've had a really exciting journey with Nat over the last, I suppose, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And so tell everyone a little bit about, I suppose, where you were at the beginning of when we started to work together.
Sure. So I'd been with Think Tank, I don't know, maybe a couple of months, and had done one round of ads and, getting used to ads and Facebook ads that I had no idea about. And Matt was really helpful and, basically did all of the prepping of that for me. Then once that ad was finished, I sort of just went dormant for like a couple of months, and I was crazy busy with the studio, with things that were taking me away from increasing my studio and my goals. So I think I wrote you a big long ass message just saying, this is too hard. I've got too much going on. I'm not getting anything out of this. I don't understand these ads. I can't do them myself. I want out. And you just jumped on board straight away and was just like, you know what? This is a business you're running. And you basically pulled me back into line and just said, this is life, because I was at the stage where I was going to close the studio. I was like, this is too hard. I've got kids, I've got families, I've got another job. What am I doing? Why am I wasting my time here? But you really pulled me into line and gave me some really good strategies on how we can move forward and not give up, the 7 years that I dedicated to the business and just throw it away on, really a couple of months of bad stuff happening. So, that's how we got into having a really good in-depth conversation and conference call about, targets and where I wanted to go. Really made me focus on where I wanted the studio to be and, my dreams, and not giving up on that, and how you could support me on that. So the past 6 months, you've just taught me a whole heap of everything.
So I really want to talk to you about that, because I think what I love most about your story and the honor, and I've said this to you, like, I'm genuinely honored when we get to have this breakthrough with people, because I think so many small business owners really struggle, and I'm going to be a little bit controversial here and say primarily it's female business owners really struggle with juggling everything, and juggling what I perceive, and I know I've battled with it, and I see a lot of it in you, and I see it in so many other amazing business women, struggling with this idea of being perfect, of being superwoman, of being able to do everything has to be, and it has to look like it happened immaculately, and I didn't even break a sweat, and this is easy.
Yeah.
And I think what I loved so much, and the biggest respect that I came when I wanted to work with you to try and push us through this and really simplify those goals, was the fact that when I did lay it to you and go, like, this is it, like, this is your business and you can't just throw it away. Like, there's going to be these challenges. And I think so many people in business underestimate the value of the challenge, because the challenge is what gives you the opportunity to rise up and go, no, do you know what? Screw this. I am going to be better, and I am going to be the person that I think that I should be. And for you, you did, like, you came back and you're like, all right, fine, fuck it, let's do it. And I was like, awesome, like, yes. Because it is, like, it says so much about the potential for success, because people think success is some magical, like, road that once you're on it, it's fucking easy. And I'm like, it's just different levels of stress, and I think you are an epitome of what I like to say, it's only a failure if you quit. And for you, I loved the fact that you refused to quit. And I think that is something that in a successful business owner can't be taught. It has to be innate in you. And Trav and I talk a lot about grit and eternal optimism. And I think for you, I was so proud of how you just went, right, yes, we are going to this is my goal. And, you were really honest, and you went, right, this is the number that we have to hit. And we reverse engineered that, and we launched some ads. And what happened then?
And I worked my ass off and did things out of my comfort zone, like these cold calls and marketing these calls. And, but you gave me the script, you gave me the confidence. And, I always had at the back of my mind the end goal. And I knew I had to do this. And the thing is, it's that first phone call that I was like, I'm pretty sure I was really terrible at it. But by the end of it, exactly how you say, it was like a game. And I'm like, I'm going to get another person. I'm going to get another person. And I'm going to get another person. And it just became like working at this goal of hitting these targets. And I grew so much in that month of just my confidence as well. And what it did is, because I was speaking about my business in such a flip way for me, which was a positive way, compared to the months before where I was like, this is all doom and gloom, this is happening with, you know, in the pits. Because I started talking about it to so many people who'd showed interest in the ads and, you know, left their details, and then I was cold calling, I started to believe it and feel it, and then go, you know what, I've got a kick-ass business. I do have all these things that other dancing studios don't have. I just needed to believe in myself and the products and go from there.
Yep.
And then what was exciting was they were, you know, together we workshopped different realms or programs. So now I have, you know, various streams of sustainable programs. So I'm generating more income. But there were streams that, yeah, in the back of my head, you know, throughout the years, I was like, yeah, I'll get to them one day. And it was like, cut the shit. This is today. If I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? And I just had to really head down, bum up, work for my business. And yeah, you gave me the confidence to do that, and the continuous push and drive to keep going. And it's almost like it's almost like when you're at the gym and you start seeing those results, you want to keep going and you want to keep motivated to keep doing those things. So then, you know, when the ads switch off, you're sort of like, oh, no more ads. You're working on those programs, and now it's like, okay, new thing, let's go. This. Awesome. So it's forever developing. So yeah, I back in the day had that idea of my head that, you know, things should just be floating along, business should be fun, and, you know, I'm doing it on my terms, it's my business, blah blah blah. And it's just not. Like, you got to work your ass off, and that's the bottom line. And Think Tank gives you those strategies to do it, and really motivates you to hit those goals and continue and not give up.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you touched on something else too there that I think is a really powerful takeaway, is that business should be a game. And, you know, we talk a lot about this, that you need to set those goalposts, and I think, you know, something that perhaps you've taken away from this is how important that goalpost is, that actual, I win if I do this. And if I don't do this, I've lost. Because then you've got something, you know, even if you missed it, like even if, you know, we had some really big goals that we were pushing for in a really short period of time. But like for you, you knew that even if you'd missed it by a minute, and I know that you smashed it, so you know, I'm really wrapped. But for you, it's like, even if you'd missed it a little bit, you were so much better off than if you'd done nothing. And I think for everyone, they need to understand that with goals, it's important to have that number on the whiteboard, or have that number, you know, in your phone, or whatever it is. You know, it's you know, in order to set those really fantastic goals that we set, there had to be a financial figure that we're chasing, you know, and whether that's an annual figure, a 4-week figure, a quick, fast cash figure, it doesn't matter. You need to have it. And I think what you've learned and what we know is that those fast cash pushes never go away. Like, you know, there's always something that comes up in life that's unexpected. But the amazing thing, and I know that I said this to you when we first chatted, was, you know, that's why we're in business, is that we can come up with this. You know, this is the game. This is the fun part. Like, you almost do kind of get a bit of a kick out of it. Where you're like, look at what I just pulled off. Like, yep, that was me. So I think it's really cool, because I know that we did do quite a few different streams to bring in what you wanted to hit for that fast cash. And for us, like, obviously we created a whole new program that you didn't even have, which took some great guts on your behalf, but you were rewarded by it being super successful in terms of the uptake, but also, like you shared with me before, some really great results the guys are getting. So is that something that you're going to keep in the program?
Yeah, for sure. So we did this one-off, you know, 30-day challenge, and I'm just coming to the end of it today. And these ladies are just like, I want to continue. How do I keep going with this? And so in my head, it's now even moved further to, okay, now I need to plan for what's after 30 days. As well as that happening, then I've got the next challenge starting again. And it's like, it just keeps rolling, and it's just, it's just expanding the business, generating more revenue for me, and keeping me excited in and interested in my business. Because yeah, like I said, there was a point where I'm just like, I'm out, you know, it's not fun anymore. This has kept me motivated, and it makes me push to keep going for that dream that I had. And you know, that the possibilities are endless. Like, I'm creating different programs all the time that are just, I don't know why I didn't think of them before, but yeah.
Needed to untap it, just needed to untap the potential.
Yeah.
But it is so much what you talked about there. It's motivation, right? Like all the possibilities are there, but you learn obviously that you can spend all your time on the wrong thing and get no result. 100%. Even though you're probably busier than you were, like you're probably less busy now than you were then, but you were doing all the wrong things then to get you the wrong result. So for us,
like, limited results. Like, I think I was working my ass off for what, you know, grumpy parents, programs that weren't full, classes that weren't full, kids going in and out. Whereas now I'm focused, my classes are filling up or are full. I've got new programs developed, and I've got a confidence in my business that, yeah, I've got grumpy parents, which we all deal with, grumpy customers, but it's like, this is my program, I stand by it. If you don't like it, you can leave. Otherwise,
next one's coming. Yeah,
I've got more coming through the door, because that's just how I've developed, and you guys have helped me develop not only my own mindset, but the school in itself. It's just continuously generating new leads.
Awesome. And so let's talk a little bit about, like, for those of the, you know, for those of us that are watching this and trying to see what's possible for them, what would you say in terms of your growth? What growth have you seen in your business since working with us?
Well, like I said, I had no classes that were full. I'm now 50% full in my classes. I've got 3 new streams of revenue, which we've spoken about, and they're all full, or I'm getting continuous bookings. To me, the short amount of time that we've worked, you guys have increased my business, you know, tenfold, and even just in my own personal growth as well. But I wouldn't have been, I really do think my doors would have been closed if I didn't join up and commit to you guys and have faith in it as well.
Yeah. So I think one of the biggest things, obviously, that I want to make sure that anyone who's watching this understands is that the road isn't easy. There is no point where you're like, yep, all my problems have been solved now. I'm just going to go off to a beach, lie down on it, laptop lifestyle. So I think, you know, we talked a little bit about, you know, this superwoman and, you know, this idea that we need to be perfect. What, I suppose, has it changed? Because I think for women, we bring so much of our work home, and it becomes our personal, becomes our business, and business becomes personal. How has having this confidence in your business changed your life in general, as a mum, as a wife, as a friend, all of that stuff?
Yeah. Look, I was so scattered before. I was continuously on my phone answering parents, you know, requests or demands, 24/7. Like, and my excuse would always be, because my husband would be like, we're at the dinner table, put your phone down. It's a bad example for the kids. And I knew that myself. But in my head, I'm like, no, I've got these parents. They're my paying customers. I need to respond to them quickly. And it was just crap. It was just crap. Like, I was always frustrated. I was always snapping at my kids because, you know, they wanted my attention, but I've got other parents and other kids that I need to attend to or answer their questions. And it was just like, I now have structure. I've got set times that I do my work and I get it done. And it's just, I guess for me, I'm more structured. I'm not all over the place, and it's helped me structure my outside life as well. You know, I've got set times where I need to be at home working, you know, making phone calls, generating leads and working on my business. But then I also have downtime where my phone's off, my laptop's off. I'm a mother and I'm a wife and I'm a friend. I really did not have that. And I was constantly grumpy because I felt like I had so much in my head of being all these things that I was miserable. I couldn't give 100% to anything back then. And I was so fuzzy. You know, now I take time out to go to the gym 3 times a week. I dedicate my time to that. And that's me time where I'm still thinking about my business. Like, I'm training and I'm like,
yeah.
It doesn't end.
I think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. But I have that time to myself, then I know, right, I've got to get home, I've got this, and this to do for my day. And I've just, like, a sense of clarity has come aboard, and it's nowhere near, it's nothing of a click of the fingers and things have worked. Like, you 100% have to keep working your ass off. That's all there is to it. If it was that easy, yeah, I wouldn't be, I would be on a beach and on holidays all the time. But it's just reality of owning your own business is you need to work.
Yeah, awesome. So I think we've talked about so many things, and I think some of those things, things that people don't really talk about. I think the whole mum working life thing is really taboo, and I know that there's so much, question for us as to what we should be doing, and are we being a good mum, and are we putting too much focus? And you touched on that too with the clients and all this sort of stuff. And I think it's so important to give back the clarity that, Parkinson's law says we work with the time that we're given. So I think mums are in a particularly amazing position where we do come hyper productive, because I don't know what I did with time before kids. But it's so important that you do have those rules in your life, and that, as you said, you're more successful, more productive, more happy, getting more out of your business, super happy, and you're more structured. Technically you're working less than you were before. You're just working smarter and more productively. So I think that's super powerful. And I really hope that mums or women in general who are watching this understand that, we can definitely do it all. We just don't need to do all of it. We just need to do the better things. And obviously, I think for you, one of the big questions obviously is, would you recommend the think tank to someone who's questioning whether they should join or not?
100%. Going back on that, when I did start the business, I was a single girl. Like, I didn't have any commitments. I think I was still at uni, and, it was just easy. And then obviously through time, but in my head, I always had a thing, because my parents owned their own business as well. And us kids were raised in the shops or on the farm with our parents. And in my head, I've always been like, I'm going to own my own business, and my kids are going to be with me, and they're going to grow up, sort of mirroring that. And so when I got to that stage and I called you and I was like, I'm over it. I'll just go do a 9-to-5 job like normal people do. Won't have all these stress. I can come home, not care about anything, and do with my kids. But in the end, it was like, well, no, my goal is to have my kids with me and have that flexibility and freedom. So Think Tank definitely provided me with the strategies and techniques to be able to continue that dream and have my kids with me when it's suitable and when it's, beneficial for both them and I and the business. And it's given me that freedom. So without Think Tank, like I said, I think I would have closed my doors and been really unhappy.
Yeah.
Unhappy.
Amazing. Well, I am truly proud of you. I think it's amazing what you've done. And I know I've told you that, but I'm now saying it publicly. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
I think that your refusal to give up is something that everyone should admire, because I think we hide so much of what real business is about. And real business is the low moments. Real business and owning a real business is saying there were these really big low moments that, we all put social media, the highs, the amazing wins. Everyone sees what they want to see, but what they don't see is what goes on in the background. And, you launched the programs, you followed the systems, you took the recommendations, we've worked together to try and systemize your business to make it not driven by the customer, but driven by you. Yeah. And then also for you, just understanding what you're capable of. And I think bringing that into every facet of your life, understanding that you are pretty much Superwoman. It is pretty amazing what I think you have done in your business and what you've grown around your family. So I'm very proud of you, and I'm very excited. And if anybody watching this wants to sign their kids up to Halo, how can they find you?
Oh, find us on Facebook, Halo Dance Academy. We're located in Perth. We have multiple classes. Come join us.
Holiday programs. Mums can even come do 30-day dance fit.
Exactly. And we do birthday parties.
Birthday parties too, yes. So many things. I'm really proud of you. You got the leads, you made the sales, we worked out the programs, we did it all in a matter of 4 weeks to turn everything around for you. And I'm really proud because, as I said, we can provide all the tools, we can provide all the strategies, but at the end of the day, You're the one who was calling the leads. You know, you were the one who was following up the birthday parties and the school holiday programs, and you know, even the little initiatives that, you know, you did along the way. Bad weather, let's call more mums and see if they want to come down. Like, it's just really awesome, hun. And you use the network that you've created to really roll forward on this success. So you have to be good at what you do, but you know, you got to work hard, and you've done both.
Thank you so much. Can't thank you enough.